world moves away from fossil fuels to renewable energy, the wind turbine industry should be booming. But one of the companies, Siemens Energy, continues to struggle and now needs some help from the government. Shares of Siemens Energy, the German wind turbine and power grid producer, dropped 35% on Thursday last week after the company said it's in talks with the German government about the possibility of providing guarantees. What does that mean? So when Siemens Energy signs and executes long-term contracts to make wind turbines for their customers, it gives those customers protection using the so-called bank-financed guarantees, a pot of money to pay out if the supplier, in this case Siemens Energy, messes up the project. Siemens Energy's backlog of projects are massive. As of June, it has total orders worth over 100 billion euros. And banks are worried about the size of these guarantees required, especially after Siemens Energy's wind turbine business reported malfunctioning turbines and unprofitable contracts, which are pushing the company to a 4.5 billion euro net loss this year. Fear of either the big shareholder or the state will come in and help explain the share price drop, but there are reasons for the government to get involved. The government is not injecting money into the company, but providing guarantees which could be done through its state bank. And European Commission has recently approved a wind power package that advises European states to help out struggling companies in the sector. The German government can argue that it's in line with the way the wind is blowing and help out Siemens Energy.
The Kremlin has blamed the storming of an airport in southern Russia by an anti-Israeli mob on outside influence. Spokesman Dmitry Peskov told reporters on Monday that ill-wishers had used images of suffering in Gaza to inflame tensions in Russia's predominantly Muslim Dagestan region in the North Caucasus, though he did not specify who the Kremlin believed had engineered the violence or why. Hundreds of protesters aimed to disrupt the arrival of a plane from Israel on Sunday, leading to dozens of arrests. Videos obtained by Reuters from the airport showed mostly young men waving Palestinian flags. 20 people were wounded at the airport before security forces contained the unrest, local authorities said. The passengers on the plane were safe, security forces told Reuters. The unrest followed several other anti-Israel incidents in recent days in Russia's North Caucasus region in response to Israel's war against Hamas militants in Gaza. In the wake of the attack, Russian police took control of the airport in regional capital Makhachkala. The Russian Aviation Authority then closed the facility, cancelling all flights until security checks have been completed. Dagestani local government footage released on Monday showed airport officials inspecting the damage and telling regional leaders how protesters threw cobblestones at the facility.
We are working. We are ready. Our equipment is in operational mode. Only the passport control booths sustained some mechanical damage.
Russia's Interior Ministry said it had so far identified 150 of what it called the most active protesters. Regional leaders in two other areas of the Northern Caucasus called for calm. A similar appeal was issued by Dagestan's chief Muslim cleric, or Mufti, while Israel urged Russian authorities to protect Israelis and Jews in their jurisdictions, adding that the Israeli ambassador in Moscow was working with Russian authorities.
It'll be in this area of scallops, but it will then broaden to all types of fish, be sold in all the commissaries across the United States bases, 17 of them. It will be served and stored on our ships for the sailors when they go out. And it will also be available on farmers market. So it starts with scallops, but works through all the fish products. None of us are under the illusion that the armed forces replaces the Chinese market. But especially while China is embargoing and restricting all fish from Japan except for the ones that they fish in the Japanese waters, which they continue to do even though it's quote-unquote a public health risk. that we are going to use the capabilities of the armed forces of the United States here to start to purchase fish harvested by Japanese fishermen and the communities and the co-ops. Do I think this is the answer, full stop? No. China will continue its economic coercion, but the best way we have proven in all the instances to kind of wear out China's economic coercion is come to the aid and assistance of the targeted country or industry. So this is one step.